Let me tell you about two people. Both earn the same salary. Both have the same bills. Both live in the same kind of neighborhood. But one of them saved $10,000 and the other one didn't. Fast forward 5 years. One of them is building real wealth, taking calculated risks, sleeping at night without financial anxiety. The other one is still stuck, still living paycheck to paycheck, still one emergency away from complete disaster. Same income, completely different financial reality. And the only thing that separated them was that one number, $10,000. Now you might be thinking that's just money. What's so special about $10,000? And that's exactly what I thought too. Until I started studying the data, until I started looking at what actually happens to people's finances after they cross that threshold. Because here's what nobody tells you. $10,000 isn't just a number. It's a psychological, financial, and mathematical turning point that changes everything about how money works in your life. My name is your name, and welcome to Wealth Rebel, where we expose the financial systems designed to keep ordinary people broke and show you exactly how to break free. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button because every week we break down the money rules the system never wanted you to know. Today we are talking about the $10,000 milestone, why it matters more than any other number in personal finance, and exactly what changes the moment you cross it. Before we talk about what changes after $10,000, we need to understand what life looks like before it. And I want you to be honest with yourself here, because this is the reality for most Americans. According to a Federal Reserve study, nearly 40% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing money or selling something. Not $10,000, not $5,000, $400. $400 stands between them and a financial crisis. And this isn't because these people are lazy or stupid. It's because the system is designed to keep them exactly where they are. Here's how the broke cycle works. You earn money. You spend money. Something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, a broken appliance. You have no savings, so you put it on a credit card. Now you have debt. That debt charges you 24% interest. So every month, a chunk of your paycheck goes to the credit card company before you can save anything. And because you have no savings buffer, the next emergency puts you deeper in debt. Round and round it goes. The system loves this cycle. Banks profit from your debt. Credit card companies profit from your interest. Insurance companies profit from your desperation. Every institution that was supposed to help you is actually financially incentivized to keep you broke. And the most insidious part, the less money you have, the more everything costs. You can't buy in bulk because you don't have cash up front. You pay more for car insurance because you can't afford a higher deductible. You pay more for rent because you don't have enough saved for a down payment. Being broke is expensive, and that is exactly why crossing the $10,000 threshold breaks this entire cycle. The first thing that changes when you hit $10,000 in savings is not financial. It is psychological. And this shift is more powerful than any investment strategy or budgeting hack you will ever learn. Here's what happens inside your brain when you have $10,000 sitting in an account. Your relationship with fear changes completely. Think about the last time you got an unexpected bill. Your car needed repairs. Your phone broke. A medical expense showed up out of nowhere. If you had zero savings, that moment felt like a crisis. Your heart rate spiked. Your stress levels went through the roof. You started calculating which bill you could delay, which credit card had room left, whether you could ask family for help. That feeling, that constant low-level financial terror, is what most people live with every single day. It drains your energy. It affects your sleep. It impacts your relationships. It makes you worse at your job. Studies show that financial stress literally reduces cognitive function. People under financial pressure make worse decisions, think less clearly, and struggle to plan for the future. The system keeps you financially stressed because a stressed, reactive person is a profitable customer. But when you have $10,000 saved, that car repair is annoying, not catastrophic. That unexpected bill is manageable, not a crisis. You stop making desperate decisions because you are no longer desperate. And when you stop making desperate decisions, you start making smart ones. You negotiate better. You take smarter risks. You stop accepting the first offer on everything because you don't need to take the deal today. This is the psychological power of $10,000. It doesn't just sit in your account. It rewires how you interact with the entire financial world around you. Now let's talk about the math, because the psychological shift is powerful, but the mathematical shift is what actually builds wealth. When you have $10,000 saved, something fundamental changes in how money moves in your life. First, you gain access to better financial products. Banks offer their best interest rates to people who already have money. Shocking, right? If you have $10,000 in a high-yield savings account today, you can earn 4% to 5% interest. That's $400 to $500 per year just for having the money sit there. Compare that to someone with $500 in a basic checking account earning 0.01% interest. That's 50 cents. The same banking system. Wildly different outcomes based purely on how much you already have. Second, $10,000 is the investment threshold. Most index funds and brokerage accounts are technically open with small amounts, but $10,000 is where investing starts to feel real. Here is why. Let's say you invest $10,000 in an S&P 500 index fund averaging 10% annual returns. In year one, you earn $1,000 in returns without doing anything. That $1,000 then compounds. Year two, your $11,000 earns $1,100. Year three, your $12,100 earns $1,210. By year 10, your original $10,000 has grown to approximately $25,937. You more than doubled your money without adding a single extra dollar. And if you keep adding even $200 per month on top of that, by year 10, you have over $65,000. By year 20, you have over $190,000. All from starting with $10,000. But here's what most people miss. The person who never reaches $10,000 never starts this clock. Every year they delay is a year of compounding they will never get back. A dollar invested today is worth dramatically more than a dollar invested 5 years from now. Third, $10,000 changes your relationship with debt. When you have $10,000 saved, you stop being a desperate borrower. You can negotiate. You can wait for the right terms. You can say no to bad deals. And perhaps most importantly, you can stop using credit cards as an emergency fund, which means you stop paying 24% interest on life's unexpected moments. The average American carries $6,000 in credit card debt at an average interest rate of 21%. That's $1,260 per year going straight to the bank. $1,260 that could be compounding in your investment account instead. When $10,000 gives you the buffer to stop accumulating high-interest debt, that alone is worth thousands of dollars per year. Okay, so we've established why $10,000 is the turning point. Now let's talk about how to actually get there, because most people know they should save more. That's not the problem. The problem is the system is specifically designed to prevent you from accumulating that buffer. Here's the Wealth Rebel approach to hitting $10,000 fast. Step 1, treat your savings like a bill. The biggest mistake people make is trying to save whatever is left over at the end of the month. There is never anything left over. The system makes sure of that. New subscription services, inflation, lifestyle, creep. It all expands to consume whatever you have. Instead, the moment your paycheck hits your account, transfer a fixed amount to a separate savings account automatically. Before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, before you do anything else, pay yourself first, even if it's $100 per month, especially if it's $100 per month. $100 per month gets you to $10,000 in under 9 years. $300 per month gets you there in under 3 years. $500 per month and you're there in under 2 years. Pick the number that feels impossible and do it anyway. Step 2, create a separate account you cannot easily access. Out of sight is genuinely out of mind when it comes to savings. Open a high-yield savings account at a different bank than your checking account. Make it slightly inconvenient to transfer money out. No debit card, no instant transfers. When that emergency that isn't really an emergency comes up, the friction of accessing the money gives you time to think. And most of the time,
You'll find another way.
Step 3, attack your biggest expenses, not your smallest ones. The personal finance world loves to tell you to skip your morning coffee. That is nonsense designed to distract you from the real issues. Skipping coffee saves you $5 per day or $150 per month. Negotiating your rent down by $100 saves you $1,200 per year. Refinancing your car loan saves you potentially thousands. Cutting cable and renegotiating your phone plan saves hundreds per year. Attack the big numbers. The small ones are noise, so you've hit $10,000. You've broken the broke cycle. You've rewired your financial psychology. You've started the compounding clock. What happens next? This is where Wealth Rebel gets really interesting, because $10,000 is not the destination, it is the launch pad. Once you have $10,000, and only once you have it, you can start thinking about building multiple streams of income. Before $10,000, you are surviving. Every dollar is spoken for before it arrives. You cannot take risks when you are desperate. But after $10,000, you have options. That $10,000 could become the seed capital for a small side business. It could be the emergency fund that lets you quit a bad job and find a better one. It could be the investment account that starts your compounding journey. It could be the down payment strategy that eventually gets you into real estate. Rich people do not have one income stream. They have multiple, and every single one of those streams required some initial capital to start. $10,000 is not enough to retire on. It is enough to start building the systems that eventually make you financially free. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income, not because they were born rich, because they reached a savings threshold that gave them options, and they used those options strategically. $10,000 is your first real option, the first time in your financial life where you get to choose what happens next, rather than just reacting to whatever the system throws at you. I want to be real with you for a minute, because this is Wealth Rebel and we do not sugarcoat things. The reason most people never reach $10,000 is not an accident. It is by design. Think about it. Every major financial institution profits from your inability to save. Credit card companies need you to carry a balance. Banks need you to pay overdraft fees. Payday loan companies need you to be desperate. The entire consumer economy is built on the assumption that you will spend everything you earn. And they spend billions of dollars on advertising, product design, and psychological manipulation to make sure you do. Your phone is designed to make you buy things impulsively. Stores are designed to trigger emotional spending. Credit cards are designed to make spending feel painless. The system is not neutral. It is actively working against your ability to accumulate $10,000. And the moment you understand that, the moment you see the financial system for what it really is, everything changes. You stop blaming yourself for not having savings. You start recognizing the external forces working against you. And then you build your defenses, automate your savings, eliminate high interest debt, avoid lifestyle inflation, build your buffer before the system can take it from you. This is what Wealth Rebel means, not rebellion for the sake of it. Rebellion because the alternative is a lifetime of financial servitude to institutions that profit from your brokenness. So here is what I want you to take away from this video. $10,000 is not just a savings goal. It is a financial turning point that changes your psychology, your relationship with money, your access to better financial products, and your ability to start building real compounding wealth. Before $10,000, you are reacting. After $10,000, you are choosing. The system was designed to keep you below that threshold forever. Your job is to refuse. Automate your savings today. Even if it is $50, even if it is $25, start the clock, because every month you delay is compounding you will never get back. And 5 years from now, you will either be looking back at the moment you decided to change everything, or you will still be exactly where you are today, wondering why nothing ever changes. The choice is yours. Hit that subscribe button if this video opened your eyes. Drop a comment below, tell me where you are on your $10,000 journey, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the more people who understand how this really works, the harder it becomes for the system to keep all of us broke. I'll see you in the next one. Stay rebellious.